Good morning, everyone. Today we have ourselves a quick little downspout job. It's not going to be anything too terrible. Probably take most of the day, but it is a long drive away and we still got to go pick up our pipe. I'm going to load this machine up into this truck here real quick and we'll be on the road. Sometimes you just got to do it. It's a little scary. I used to be terrified of this, but now I do it all the time. It's not that bad. All right, she's all loaded up and chained down and we're ready to hit the road. Got my little bucket on my little extra bucket carrier here too. It ain't perfect, but it does the trick. All right, so we just showed up at the pipe supplier and they loaded us up really quick. It was super fast. They're always really quick here. And I am super blessed to have a pipe yard like this fairly close to my house. It's really a great experience. You can always just stop on the way to the job, pick up what we need. Got our pipe all up in here. We got 100 foot and a bunch of fittings. Got it kind of strapped to the side there so it doesn't blow out because we got ourselves a little bit of a ride to the next job. So we got, I don't know if it's 45 minutes or an hour. It's like the far end of how far I like to go, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to take care of a customer, you know? I'll check back in once we get there. All right, we made it safe and sound. I didn't lose any pipe off the truck, which, you know, that's always a good thing. And I wanna show you where we're getting up into and maybe help you understand why I choose not to use a trailer for all of my jobs right now, why I'm not super motivated to buy a trailer and change that for me. So here's the driveway we gotta get up into. It's not like we couldn't back a trailer up in here, but it goes up over a hump and snakes over to that garage door on that building. I always work by myself, almost always, and it's much easier for me to just pull down in here and back right up in there and not have to worry with finagling a trailer up over a hill, up over a hump. It's super easy to get in places. I can go to gas stations, I can do all sorts of stuff really easy and don't have to worry about being able to get in and out of places. That truck has got a little bit longer wheelbase than most pickup trucks, but I can pretty much fit into a parking spot as long as I've got somewhere else for the boom to hang out over the edge of the parking lot or something like that, the boom of the excavator. So it's just so convenient. It's a little bit harder to get on and off than maybe a trailer is, and a little bit harder to tie down, but it seems to be worth it, especially with how expensive trailers are these days. Something else that's also worth mentioning is that I built this driveway. This was a job I did like, I don't know, a few months back before I actually started filming excavator videos. And it was really hard because of this hill up here to find enough space to park everything. There was no, I couldn't park the truck up in the woods there because it was just woods. And so it was really handy to be able to just pull a truck off in the ditch and do what we needed to do. We didn't have to worry about having a trailer somewhere. There just wasn't anywhere to put a trailer here. This ditch line here was too deep. And so it was just the right solution for that kind of a thing. Not every job has that. Most jobs have a little bit more room, but when you need it, you need it. All right, time to get this thing off the truck. Try to use the bucket here to kind of slow that brake over. This machine is within the capacity limits of these ramps, but it's also pretty close, and I just don't want to have it coming down hard right in the middle and tearing things up. Well, I brought the machine around to the back side of the building here where we're doing most of our work. We're going to be tying these downspouts here, here, and here, and there's another one on the far corner. We're going to tie these three together and run them out towards the road down there. But the first thing I noticed is that I completely forgot about the downspout on this post right here when I was figuring up material quantities and all that. So I don't have enough pipe and fittings for that, for everything. So I'm gonna have to go make a run to the store real quick. Won't be a big deal, just, one more thing we gotta do. Well, I figured it would be best to just go ahead and lay things out, get started digging, put as much pipe in as I can, and then I'll have the best grasp of what I actually need. Because inevitable, you measure it all out, you figure it out, you go get the pipe, and then you come back to the job site and you're still missing something. So I'm gonna get as far as I can without actually going to get the pipe. I'm gonna put you guys up on top of the excavator for the start. Alrighty, I always like to start at the low end of my trenching operations. And so I've got this all set up to be dump out right in front of this little maple tree down here. Hopefully that'll help with erosion a little bit, and also I'm sure that tree won't complain about getting plenty of water. So we'll get started here. I hate tearing up roots. I'm sorry, guys. Let me get my grate established and get this trench underway, and then there'll be some digging. Alrighty, as you can see there on the boom, just above the thumb cylinder pin, the top pin on the thumb cylinder there, I've got a little magnetic laser target. And as you can see there, it flashes when I get close to grade. So that's how I like to do these jobs that are, you know, quick and easy, one-man jobs, easy to knock out in a day. You don't have to bring somebody else with you just to hold the grade rod. And, you know, because they're not helping you, you know, if they help you get done any earlier, it's not a big deal. It's a one-day project anyway. So that's how I like to go about that. But they take a little bit to set up, and so that's why I was doing it first there. Takes a little bit of goofing around. And they're not also, I should also say, they're not 100% perfect. You're kind of relying on the operator's judgment of when the stick is exactly plumb. And see there, it looks like I even went a little too low. So what I do is I use this to get really close, and then I go back with a shovel and just tune things up so that way the pipe is well supported on a job like this where I'm not putting stone around the pipe. I'm gonna go ahead and keep digging here. We'll put some pipe in before too long, probably. Alrighty, we got all the digging done. We got everything, all the trench cleaned up with a shovel, ready to go. Got pipe ready to go in the pole and everything like that. And got all my fittings laid out so I know what goes where and where my quantities are. I basically can lay all the way up until I have to tee this one in. And actually, I just realized I still got to dig that out right there. Whoopsie. But anyhow, I can lay it pipe all the way up till I can tee this thing in, and then I'll have to go to the store and get that tee. And then I should have a good idea where I'm at on linear footage. I think I'm gonna need another stick or two, but might as well get that far and find out where we're at there. So when you're laying pipe, normally you push the pieces together and then you put, or you've installed the first piece, put some dirt on it, so that way the ground holds it while you push the next piece into it. Here, I'm kind of stuck because the machine's trapped up there. I could go tromping through the woods here to get it down around here, but it's just not worth it. So I can't really cover the first piece of pipe. I want to start on this end because the bell end, the big end of the pipe, comes uphill and we have to push the small end of the next pipe into it. So it's easiest to lay them from the bottom side of the excavation up to the high side of the excavation because you want to keep the pipes oriented with the big end up so that way water doesn't find itself wanting to run backwards through the joint. Probably doesn't really matter for glued pipe, but that's what we're going to do anyway because that's the way that everybody does it and that's what's kind of the industry standard. So what we're going to do is we're just going to stick the spud bar down at the end of the pipe so we can push against it, and hopefully that'll be enough. I'm using this weatherproof, what do they call it, rain or shine, blue PVC cement. It's supposed to be a one-step thing. You don't have to clean the pipe and glue it. You can just slop this stuff on there and slam it together. Probably even overkill to do this, really. I know some folks just like to dry fit everything and call that suffice. I can't quite justify that, especially in a really rooted area like this, so we're gonna glue everything. Takes extra time, but absolutely worth it to deliver a top quality product to the customer. If I can avoid getting all sorts of dirt. Ow! Dirt on everything, glue on everything, because of these roots. Whew! That is some strong smelling stuff. Don't wanna breathe too much of that. Alrighty, then we always like to leave our letter line up, which is professional, for real no reason at all. Push those together. There we go. And hold it for a couple seconds. Normally I try to give it a twist, but I just don't have anything to twist with here, so nothing to hold the other part of the pipe kind of a thing. That should be good. We'll do the next one. Naturally, the next one needs cut, so what I like to do is I like to lay my fittings out about where they're gonna go, and then just measure from fitting to fitting. It's not something that's a super precise measurement, but seems to get us pretty close. Looks like 61 inches will do that one. And if I can do 2 at a time, I try to. Looks like 30 will do that one. So 61 and 30, what are the chances I'm gonna remember that? It's always a challenge to work by yourself in the trench. There's so much up and down, in and out. Thankfully, this one didn't have to be too deep because we're gonna put some more dirt on top of it to grade around the building. Definitely makes you think ahead about getting everything lined up, you know, for the next 3 joints or something like that instead of just 1 at a time. Naturally, I had to get glue on myself. The root. Come on. There we go, all the way home. That's a good feeling. I like to be able to feel it stop against that bell. Make sure it's in all the way. These roots aren't making things any easier either, huh? There we go, very nice. Alrighty, should be just a bunch more gluing and fitting and then we'll have to go to the store. So this is where we're at. This is all the farther I could get with the parts I have. Need the T for right there, so I'm gonna run to the store and get that. I'll be back lickety-split. Alrighty, we're back. That was easy, not hard, but also feel like it shouldn't have been necessary, so I'll have to be a little more diligent in my estimate next time, but that's okay. We win some, we lose some, I guess. I think we'll still end up winning on this job. It's not like it changed that, but yeah, now we just gotta throw it in the hole, glue it all together, and then we can cover it. So the store only did have the green stuff, so I got to mix that in and make sure all the green stuff gets buried, because on that other downspout on the other side, I don't want to have green stuff sticking out of the hillside. I don't want to have green stuff sticking up to the actual drain, you know, the actual aluminum downspout, because that would look ugly. So we'll have to make sure we end up the right way with those 2 sticks buried over there and then white on both ends. Alrighty, we got it all plumbed up. You can see that leader there connected and the 90 all the way down there. And obviously this was already, you saw this already. So we're gonna go ahead and backfill. And then I'm probably just gonna slam that one in real quick because it's getting late and I need to get home. So here we go. Time to backfill. Alright, it was a real push here at the end of the day just because I spent too much time dilly-dallying and then talking to the customer, but that's okay. Some of that stuff's important. So, kind of did a rough backfill and ended up being not super smooth. I'm coming back here tomorrow, trucking some dirt and tidy up along the edges and that kind of thing. So we'll get everything nice and pretty then. But we end up with one daylight over there, one daylight over here. Ooh, I almost forgot my spud bar. Have to grab that. And that's pretty much it. That one's just for that corner of the building. It's dedicated there to there. And then this one over here has all 3 of these. So I'm pretty happy with how the project for today ended up going. Everything's flowing downhill. We ran that trench at like 4.5%. There was no issue. Water's gonna come screaming out of that thing. I might collect a couple rocks from around the job site and kind of stick them at the end of that pipe to kind of, you know, hold back the erosion so nothing crazy happens. But yeah, I'm really glad with how it went. So thanks so much for watching and sticking out all the way to the end here. If you enjoy this kind of video, make sure you subscribe. We got more on the way. And if you think this video deserves a like, go ahead and push that like button. It doesn't cost you anything and it really helps out the channel. The better this channel does, the more time and effort I can put into it. And so the better videos I can make then. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.